All right, Krista, we're going to compare your impact position to Megan Langenfeld's. And both of these pitches are waist height, so it's a fair analysis here. So let's just go down the checklist. First one, are you getting your back knee to pitcher? And yeah, that looks fine. You're rotating your hips, so that looks really good. The next is your front leg straight at impact. And no, yours is still slightly bent. If you look at Megan's, it's perfectly straight. So that's something you're going to want to work on, is making sure that that front leg straightens at impact. Is your back elbow bent? And you can see you're definitely straightening your back arm and pushing. You can see here Megan just keeps that back elbow bent and rotates as opposed to pushing with her left arm. So that's something you're going to want to work on as well. Are you up on your back toes? Yep, that looks real good. And are you palm up, palm down? You're looking at your hands. Yes, you're definitely palm up, palm down. You're not rolling your wrists over, so that looks fine. One thing, though, look at the position of Langenfeld's elbow, how it rotates up. It's about even with their ears. And if you look at your front elbow, it's more even with your chest. So you're rotating your front elbow kind of flat, and we're going to want to work on making sure that we keep rotating that up. And if you just look at the angle of Langenfeld's lead arm and the bat, it's definitely a more of a tilt and a more severe angle like that, as opposed to you're a little bit flatter. So something you're going to want to work on as well. And are your eyes on the ball? Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. You're looking right down the ball right there. So overall looks pretty good, but just kind of rehashing, we got to work on straightening out that front leg at impact. You got to work on keeping that back elbow bent and not pushing with the back arm. And we're going to want to work on rotating that lead elbow up more than as opposed to rotating it flat. But overall, looks really good. All right, the next part here, we're going to look at your rotation and your connection. A couple things to look at. First, we'll look at Langenfeld on the left. You can see once she starts to rotate, the head stays still, and she just rotates right around that stationary axis all the way to contact right there. And so we'll go over here and look at you, and you do a pretty good job of that too. Head stays still, and you're just rotating right around that stationary axis. So rotation looks pretty good. Now we're going to look at your connection. We'll go back and look at Langenfeld here and how that back elbow stays at her side all the way to impact, and it's still bent. So she stays connected all the way to impact. And as I commented on in the earlier session, you're getting a little disconnected. You're pushing at the ball with that back arm right there. So the extension should happen after impact, like there, and you're almost extended right at contact. So you're extending your left arm too soon into contact. It needs to stay bent at your side and just keep rotating your body. And then the power V, you can see because of that, Langenfeld's power V is kind of pointing out to center field, and yours is kind of pointing down. But that'll all get fixed if you rotate your front elbow up higher and keep your back elbow at your side all the way to impact. But overall, looks really good on the rotation. All right, Krista, let's look at a couple things from the front view here. Your posture is great. You got a nice athletic posture there. That looks perfect. Let's see here. The angle of the camera is a little bit off, but just watch and make sure that you're not striding closed, right? I mean, we would want the balls of our feet to be on the same board if we're on a hardwood floor like that. You don't want to stride closed on an angle. That would make it tough for your hips to rotate. But from this angle, it looks like you're striding a little close, but it'd be tough. Just keep an eye on that. And then also, let's see, we want the bat to stay on the red line. That'd be everything would be staying on the same plane. And because you're pushing with your back arm, the bat's coming off plane, and you're finishing kind of flat. So if we look at your front elbow, you can see how that starts to rotate flat there, right there, and also you push with your back arm. So those are two things that are going to drain you from some power from the left side. Other than that, I think it looks really good. I think you could definitely hit lefty. I mean, if for someone that's just starting to do it, I think it looks fine. Just a few things to work on. Again, mainly just kind of rehashing again. Straighten that front leg at impact. keep rotating that front elbow up and keep that back arm connected to your side, and just keep working on that. I think it'll be fine.